Grammarly helps make your writing clear and concise, no matter where you are. With Grammarly on your computer and phone, you always Grammarly helps make your writing clear and concise, no matter where you are.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us. Just to let you know, translation is available in Spanish. Buenas tardes. Gracias por agregarse hoy con nosotros. Nomás para que sepan, el apoyo de idiomas está disponible. Si desea escuchar esta presentación en español, haga clic en el símbolo de globo en la parte inferior de su pantalla y haga selección español para recibir la traducción. We'll begin our presentation in about 2 minutes. Again, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us for our virtual orientation. We'll begin in about 1 minute. And again, just to let you know, translation in Spanish is available using the translation function in Zoom. If you're looking for that globe, go ahead and press that button and you will be given the choice to select Spanish. Otra vez, el apoyo de idiomas está disponible si desea escuchar esta presentación en español. Haga clic en el símbolo de globo en la parte inferior de su pantalla y va a seleccionar la sección en español. Good evening, parents, students, and community members, and welcome to Stephen M. White Middle School and STEAM Magnets Orientation. In a moment, I'm going to share with you an opening message, a greeting from our principal, Ms. Marva Woods. So I'll give our participants another 30 seconds to finish joining up with us, and then I'll begin the video.
Greetings, Stephen M. White Middle School and STEAM Magnet. My name is Marva Woods, and I am the proud principal of Stephen White. Parents and students, thank you for joining us on this virtual orientation evening. Students and parents, I know these are uncertain times, and they may cause us to be anxious, nervous, and possibly stressed. But do know we are all in this boat together. Teachers, support staff, and even myself. We're all nervous as we navigate this new virtual reality. Parents and students know in 25 years of working and supporting and serving LA Unified students and families, never did I imagine I'd be standing in front of an auditorium with no one to greet in person. So these are uncertain times, but we will navigate this together. We will grow together, we will learn together, and we will thrive together. So parents and students, thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining me on this evening of our virtual orientation, and I'm excited to serve as your principal.
And at this time, I'm going to go ahead and invite our administrative team to introduce themselves.
Good afternoon or good evening. My name is Marva Woods. I'm excited to be here. Let me see if you can see me.
Good evening, all. My name is Douglas Brown, and I'm one of the assistant principals here at Stephen White Middle School. I'd just like to say welcome to everyone who's coming back and all the new students that will be attending here this year also.
Hello, good evening to, again, as Mr. Brown stated, to our returning Stephen White Knights, their parents, as well as our incoming sixth graders and their families. We're excited to have you here. My name is Michael Durango, one of the assistant principals, and I'm proudly serving you in the attendance and counseling office.
And my name is Daniel Parra, part of the support staff, our data coordinator, and I'm here to support our administrative team in our orientation for tonight.
Mr. Okay, so I want to go over our distance learning schedule, but I can see that you can't see me, so give me 1 second so I can make sure you can see me. Okay, so yeah, I don't think I can be seen.
Ms. Woods, they can see us. If you're having issues with the stream, I invite you to go over to www.whitems.net, where we are live streaming this event for you all to watch. So again, if you're having issues with Zoom, I invite you to go to www.whitems.net, where we are streaming this presentation.
Okay, perfect. So our distance learning schedule will be 5 days a week. So it will be at home. We will start remote. And as of now, it will be August 20th will be our first instructional day. So this is dependent upon the teachers ratifying and agreeing to the agreement of starting on August 20th, as they will engage in some training at the beginning of that week. So again, as of right now, tentatively, instruction will begin on August 20th, but teachers will touch base with your students around August 19th. So before then, we want to make sure you're connected with Schoology and that you know how to log in and that you can see a message from a teacher, homeroom teacher on August 19th. So it's important to define synchronous instruction versus asynchronous instruction. Synchronous instruction, students will engage in learning at the same time. So it will be through some type of video conferencing. Teachers can give actionable feedback right away. Teachers will guide peer-to-peer learning for the students. And it may be whole or small group instruction. But again, that synchronous instruction is students are engaged at the same time. Asynchronous instruction is when the learning is done on the student's own time and on their own schedule. Students work independently, self-guided instructional modules. They may have pre-recorded modules from the teachers, pre-recorded lessons, and it also can include discussions, emails, and chats that are not happening in live time. We will have packets available that we're giving out to students during textbook distribution. And those packets are not designed for students to work by themselves independently right away. The packets will have a component of synchronous instruction and asynchronous instruction. So with the history packet, students will wait until they've been given instruction by their teachers on what they're doing in class, as well as what asynchronous instruction they'll do outside of class time. So our tentative weekly schedule, as of now, students will begin school at 9 a.m. and they will have each day 3 periods. So if you look at our schedule, you will see we'll start with homeroom. And in that homeroom period, we will have opportunities to check in with students, make sure they're connecting with us, make sure we're giving them any supports needed. Then they'll be in that homeroom. We'll do digital citizenship lessons with students to make sure our students know the expectations and that they can be responsible digital citizens. Those students will then move to period 1. And so that will look in some type of video conferencing and a mixture between synchronous and asynchronous instruction. They'll then go to period 3. So this is on Tuesday. They'll go to period 3. The students will then have lunch, and then they'll check into period 5. And again, they'll have some form of synchronous and asynchronous instruction. And at the end of the day, we have small group office hours. So maybe a teacher needs to go over some things with a few students or hold office hours to clarify. So we have built in some time for office hours. On Wednesday, students will go through a similar schedule, but then they'll be in their even classes, periods 2, 4, and 6. So Thursday, odd periods, Friday, even. So the Monday schedule is what's called an instructional support day. We will get more clarity on what this looks like, but as of now, it will, and we'll post on our website. Students will have instructional support day on Mondays and it will be for 1 hour. And so each week it will either be synchronous for maybe even weeks would be period 2, 4, and 6 would meet on that Monday. And that instruction may be synchronous, meaning students will engage live, interact with their teacher all at the same time. The periods 1 through 5 would be an asynchronous groups or asynchronous work, doing work on their own. The next Monday, the class periods would be odd periods. So we will make sure we have a schedule posted on our website. We will make sure those Blackboard weekly announcements and the Sunday night calls will tell you if it's even period on Monday or odd period, so we can ensure that students are aware. So with remote instruction, there is an expectation. We will take attendance daily. We will have daily live interaction. We will have standards-based instruction. So every grade level will have Common Core standards-based instruction. And there will be regular assessments. Students will need to ensure they have a device, an internet connection, to ensure that they can participate in our remote instruction, which everyone is participating in remote instruction at the beginning of this year. There will be training and preparation for our teachers and common planning time, so our teachers can ensure that they're delivering the best instructional plans for your students. And we'll have constant and regular communication. Our website will be key, our social media pages. We will make sure that each week we're having our weekly messages to ensure you're connected with us. We'll have regular meetings, principal meetings, coffee with the principal, town hall meetings, and ongoing surveys and focus groups to ensure that we are doing what's best for students. So academic expectations. The district has a policy that since the class of 2017, all 8th grade students must pass all core classes and PE with a D or better. So 8th graders, this is critical for you. You need to ensure that you are accumulating 50 out of 60 credits in 8th grade. So you need to pass all of your classes. And if you do not meet these requirements, then you will not be eligible. Our 8th grade students will not be eligible for culmination. So it's imperative that every student is working on passing their classes. And then I want to briefly touch on Zoom norms or video conference norms and expectations. Students and parents, we need your help. We want to make sure that our students are ready to learn. So a couple of key things that I want to impress, and I really wanted to talk about this, is that we do want your students to be on time for their Zoom classes. So make sure you're up, make sure you're logging on, you're giving yourself 10 minutes to make sure you can get on. You have your Zoom code or your Google Meets passwords readily available. We also need you dressed appropriately. So it is school, and even though you're doing it from home, we do want you to dress appropriately as if you're coming to school. So we shouldn't see crop tops, pajamas, scarves, bonnets, half top, muscle, white tank tops. We want you to be dressed and ready for school. We also want to make sure you're in an appropriate space. So again, it's school, it's from home, but it is school. And we want you to ensure and take this academic learning seriously. So we don't want to see you sprawled out on your bed, hanging out where it's casual and comfortable. It needs to be a space where you are ready to learn. And parents, I would ask for parent etiquette with Zoom. As a parent, you can hear the teachers, what's going on, what's happening in the class. So please don't jump into the teacher's classroom. So the teachers are trying to ensure all students have the opportunity to learn. And so parents, Just like you would on campus, you wouldn't jump into their classroom without notice. We're asking that you have that same etiquette with Zoom classes, that if there's something concerning or questions, that you email the teacher, send a message through Schoology or parent portal to the teacher, and see when it's an appropriate time to talk to the teacher and when it's an appropriate time to maybe Zoom or meet or email with the teacher, but not during class time when that teacher is trying to ensure instruction's happening for 30 plus other students.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So for the majority of the questions that we are seeing on the chat right now and in the Q&A, I'm going to refer you over to our school website at www.whitems.net. There you will see not only an instructional calendar that'll show you when classes are starting, but also upcoming events and important information regarding registration, as well as some support pages should you need some extra guidance with Schoology, Parent Portal, and other resources. So on our website main page, you'll find a number of things of interest to you. Again, that calendar of upcoming events, news concerning student registration, distribution of textbooks, and so forth and so on. We also have on the right-hand side this nice yellow logo where you can navigate towards our device request form or hotspot request form. We are currently in the process of processing the current request and setting appointments up for students and parents, or just parents, to come down and pick up the devices. We also have a link on our page to the most frequently asked questions regarding technology, whether it be a walkthrough to how to use Schoology as a parent, or how to help your student log into their Schoology account to see their classes. So again, to reiterate, if you are in need of either a device or an internet hotspot for access, please visit our website at www.whitems.net. Look for that yellow square block, and it will direct you to fill out the request form. As soon as you fill out the request form, you will receive an automated response letting you know that we have your request and that we are currently processing it. The following email you'll receive will contain the appointment date and time for you to come in and pick up a device. If for some reason you're not available in the provided appointment time, all you have to do is contact me, Mr. Parra, and my email is contained in the follow-up emails that are sent to you. And just let me know, and I'll work with you to create another appointment date and time that is more congruent to you. In addition to that request form, there's also a tech support page that we've created in case you need to reach out for your student's email address or email PIN to reset their password. If you need a tutorial on how to install Zoom on either your iPad, your phone, or your PC or Mac, and an embedded link to Schoology, which has the web address of lms.lausd.net. Within that same support page, we do have a couple of videos geared towards parents, showing you how you can support your student in activating his or her Schoology account. And we have these videos both in English and in Spanish. And we also have videos to show you how to help your child navigate Schoology, find their courses, find course materials, and how to contact course instructors for questions. Once you click on those links, you'll be navigated out to videos that'll look like this. They do have the closed captioning option, so you'll be able to select your language to have subtitles for these videos as well. In addition to those videos, we also have some written guides to help support you in creating a parent portal account, in requesting your parent PIN, navigating Schoology as a parent, navigating the view as a student, setting up an email digest, selecting when you want to hear updates about your students' classes, homework assignments. You can choose from a daily email or have all of those reports be given on one day, and you get to select what day that would be. These guides will also show you how to access grades and look at assignments through Schoology, how to use the Schoology mobile app, and how to access additional resources for yourself and your student. And finally, on that same tech FAQ page, we have guides for students on how to log into Schoology, how to reset their MyMail password, how to submit assignments through the various formats in Schoology, how to use the Schoology mobile app, how to view their grades, how to submit Google assignments, how to contact their teachers, set notifications, and view their calendars to see upcoming assignment due dates. But just like with everything else, communication and participation are going to be key to success this year. So we are asking for your help in making sure that we have the most up-to-date address for you, the most current phone number, the most current email address, and that we are able to reach you to help provide support for your child's email and password. To do that, we're asking you to sign up for Parent Portal. Parent Portal allows parents to easily provide updated contact information for their emergency cards, to update any health documents for students, to look at student grades from this year and past years as well, and to also look at student assessment results, test results from previous school years, as well as providing access to any other records on your child's educational information from when they enrolled in LAUSD. Information on how to enroll yourself in Parent Portal or receive your parent PIN are provided and can be found on our school website, again at www.whitems.net. One of those upcoming assignments, or upcoming events, I should say, is our textbook distribution and student subject packets, which will be distributed starting next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. The schedule of textbook and student subject packet distributions are available now on our website. Just as a reminder, packets being distributed on those days next week by grade level: 8th grade on Tuesday, 7th grade on Wednesday, 6th grade on Thursday. Those packets are not meant to be completed on their own. They're meant as resources to complement the Zoom instruction of teachers. So please do not jump in and start working on those packets without the guidance of your instructors, because we just want you to get the most out of these activities. And we want to make sure that our students have all necessary resources to participate as fully as possible from home. So here is that schedule I spoke about for next week's distribution. Again, 8th grade is coming in on Tuesday, August 11th. We have broken it up to make sure that we can service everyone quickly and safely through our system of last name appointments. So we have students with the last name A through L coming in from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. and students last name M through Z from 1 to 3 p.m. If you are unable to come in on one of these days, please email me. Again, that's Mr. Parra at dxp2795@lausd.net. And I will add my email address to the chat, and let me know, and we will work out an alternative date for pickup by appointment. So again, communication is going to be key for success for us, for the students and our community. So please stay connected to us. Visit our website frequently for updates, as well as follow us on our social media accounts at Facebook at WhiteMS Carson and Instagram at WhiteMS Carson. Our school phone is 310-783-4900, and you are able to reach us during regular school hours. So at this time, I'd like to invite in all panelists, and we're going to go ahead and answer a couple of questions that were pre-provided to us a week in advance, and then we'll open it up to any questions that the chat may have at this time. Okay, first question is, do we need to take students during textbook pickup? Is it drive-through like the textbook drop-off? So I'll hand that off to Mr. Brown.
Students don't need to be there, but we do need some form of identification that, of the student. If you have their old report card, just something so that we can make sure that we're giving the right books to the right students. And I just also want to mention that the entry will be on 223rd Street for textbooks distribution. The entry will be on 223rd Street.
Okay, next question is, how do we get students' period schedules and hours for Zoom classes? Will it be posted in Schoology, or will a letter be sent or email sent?
Hello, student schedules will be posted in Schoology, so students will be able to find their schedules in Schoology.
Okay, next question that we have is, where can I find out what school supplies my son or daughter will need for 6th grade?
I'll go ahead and take that. So for those of you that are questioning the 6th grade, and I would say the 7th and 8th, it's the same. Once you start communicating with your teachers through Schoology, if there are supply requirements that those teachers have, they will provide those to you through Schoology, through email. So sometimes we're providing those things ahead of time, but under the circumstances, we're going to go ahead and wait for our connection with our teachers on the 18th through Schoology and allow them to provide that the requirements, supply requirements for you at that time.
Thank you. There was a question about whether this video will be available after 10. Yes, the video will be available immediately after the orientation ends on our school website at www.whitems.net. Next question is, will the IDEC program still be offered at White Middle School?
No, the IDEC program is no longer at White. I believe it's moved to Perry Middle School, but we will not be offering IDEC at White this year.
Okay, next question is, what are school hours and are we able to come in person?
I can take that question. So the student school hours are 9 to 2:15. Students cannot come in person. Our offices are open from 8:30 to 3:30. So if there's questions, we have staff here that will be able to answer your questions or to give you information. But the offices, I mean, they're limited in the staff that's here and how we support you, but we do not have students on campus or parents, with the exception of enrollment picking up a device, picking up textbooks. So the visitation is very limited at this time.
Thank you. So next question, Mr. Durango, how do we know whether a particular student's registration went through if they provided their documents online?
Sure. To follow up with that, you would want to communicate with the attendance office. If you contact the school at the phone number that was provided, 310-783-4900, they'll connect you to the attendance office. The clerks in the attendance office will be able to research your student and determine if that packet has been processed.
Okay, next question. Can we use the same parent portal from last year, or do we need a new one for this coming year? And I can answer that. You can use your same credentials from last year's parent portal, as long as you registered and connected with your student and use their student PIN. You will not need to re-register. Okay, so this question is for Mr. Durango. Did the report cards go out for the previous school year? What happens if we didn't receive it?
Okay, yeah, thank you. The last two report cards for the school year after March 13th, when we departed the campuses, were sent out by the central office in downtown Los Angeles. The final report card, to my understanding, was mailed out, I believe, about 2 weeks ago. So if you have not received that report card at this time, again, please contact the school, 310-783-4900. And we can make accommodations to print a report card for you and have you pick that report card up here at the school.
Thank you. Next question is, how do we get a PIN for parent portal? Great question. So if you visit our website at www.whitems.net, you'll find a button that leads you to a form where you can request a parent PIN. At this point, we are a little backed up, but we usually can turn around and provide your code within 2 to 3 days. Mr. Brown, this question is for you. How are students who are part of the special education program being supported?
Students from the special education program will be taking classes just like all the other students. Those who have specific supports that are within their IEP, they will be supported through Zoom. There are certain things that we cannot provide. One-on-one service to your home, which was a question that was asked a lot, that cannot be provided. Services like speech therapy and occupational therapy, those programs are still being discussed with the district on how they're going to be provided.
Okay, next question. Will teachers teach from their actual classroom on campus?
I can answer that. So based on the contract and the union, teachers will have the option to teach either from home or remotely, and or they can come into the school and teach from their classroom as of now. If they need access to materials or choose to come into their classroom, they can.
Can I quickly follow up on that special ed question? One thing I did leave out. I know there's some students who have IEPs coming up, and there have been questions to the local district about that. We will be doing virtual IEPs at the beginning of the year. And while we are in this COVID situation, we will be doing virtual IEPs through Zoom. So I just wanted to add that in.
Okay, thank you. Next question is, what if a student forgets their email PIN? Great question. We'll go ahead and add a new request form on our website so that you can request your student PIN. So that'll be up before the end of this orientation meeting. Next question, will there be any tutoring offered if a student is having trouble?
I will take that. Ideally, the small group instruction that's designed in the schedule, those Monday support instructional days, as well as that period that we tentatively have in our schedule that's about 25 minutes long. Those will be opportunities for students to connect in to get additional support for areas of need. We have not determined yet if we will offer tutoring outside of the 2:15 timeframe. That will be determined once we get started in the school year and determine what the student needs are before we will schedule additional outside tutoring intervention classes.
Thank you. Mr. Durango, my son will be going to 7th grade this year. Does he need to re-register or will he get his classes automatically?
For incoming 7th graders, they register as well. So we do registration each year for students, particularly with our 7th graders. The requirement is the Tdap vaccination. So that needs to be updated for all incoming 7th graders. Your child will, however, be programmed as if they were here last year and they are in our database, then we will program them for 7th grade courses. However, they will not be able to attend the courses without submitting the Tdap verification. So please contact the school, again, contact the attendance office to ensure that you get all of that taken care of prior to the start of school. Thank you.
All right, next question. Will students that have been getting ESL help be supported?
I will answer that. All students will be supported. So EL students, we will support them as we always do, brick and mortar style. We will support them with our small group instruction in their classes. Students with IEPs, we will continue to support them, our gifted and GATE students. So all of our students, all our special student populations, we will support 100% remotely. As the needs come up, we will target groups accordingly.
Thank you. Next question, I guess, is to any of the panelists. Can we clear up what the official school start date is, August 18 or the 20th?
So I can try to speak to this. So the district has indicated our start date is August 18, but the teachers union and the district have agreed on what's called a smart start, where teachers will get training, because this is new for all of us to start the school year remotely. So between the teachers union and the LA Unified School District, they've agreed that teachers will have training in the morning of the 17th, 18th, 19th, and then in the afternoon will be time to plan. So officially, students, the first day of instruction will be the 20th if the teachers union ratifies and approves the tentative schedule that's put out and that was shared with us on Monday from Superintendent Buettner. So as long as that's approved, the official first day of instruction will be the 20th. However, teachers will reach out to students and begin to connect in with students on the 19th through homeroom to make sure students are in Schoology. Teachers may send out a message before the 19th, the 18th at the earliest, to make sure they connect into their homeroom teacher and that they are able to see a message or information. So we want you to be ready to start by the 18th with your Schoology password, your Schoology information, looking and seeing your classes, knowing what your even and odd periods. So we're asking that you're ready on the 18th. We are just waiting for confirmation and for the union to ratify, to approve the tentative schedule to make it an official schedule to start on August 20th.
Thank you. Next question is for Mr. Brown. Will the textbook pick up only be drive up, or will there also be a walk up option?
At this time, it's only drive up.
But I do want to jump in if I can. So we are in a pandemic. We do want to ensure safety of all staff, all parents and families. And so we do recognize that some of our families may not drive and may not have cars. So we will accommodate all students. So for those of you that may not be in a position to drive through, which is ideal in order to keep everyone safe, do know we will accommodate all families in disseminating those books to you.
See, next question is for any of the panelists. Will the assignments from teachers be weekly or daily?
I'll go ahead and take that. So assignments for teachers will be up to teacher discretion. So some of the assignments may be posted daily. Teachers may be collecting some of those assignments weekly, but ultimately that will be up to teacher discretion as it is in the brick and mortar setting. The same will stand for the online format.
Next question. This one's from Mr. Durango. Do students still have electives this year?
Students absolutely do, and I'll be talking a little bit about that coming up soon. Of course, those electives are going to be different, of course, when you're doing that online versus here at the school site. So our teachers are working very hard. Our elective teachers are working very hard to be creative and ensure that our students still have that fun, interesting experience outside of the academic experience. So absolutely electives will still occur, and you'll find those electives on the student schedule when the students see their schedule. And as much as we could, we tried to honor the student selections that they did in January.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Durango. Next question is also for you. How will class changes be handled if they are needed? How will students interact with their counselors?
I'll be talking a little bit about that, but the counselors, we have 4 counselors, and they will be working. They will be working either remotely and or here on site. And so communication with the counselors will likely occur from students through email, but counselors will be functioning in the same way as they did while here at the school site, only doing that remotely, and will be accommodating class changes for students on needs basis.
Thank you. Next question. My son had a student agenda that helped us stay organized. Will we be provided with an agenda this year, or one that we can purchase for the upcoming school year? Also, will PE clothes be required for a purchase?
At this time, agendas have not been ordered because we weren't sure, to be perfectly honest, what to put in them based on the scheduling and based on previous information that we would have put in the agenda. So that's to be determined as far as the agenda books. As far as PE clothing, students should have PE clothes when we return back to school. As far as PE clothes at home, I would yield to what we said about dress code. We want to treat it like it's a regular school day. So if they have PE clothes, they should wear them.
Thank you. Next question is the parent Schoology Pin the same as the student Schoology Pin? No. So students don't have a Schoology Pin. Students have a student email pin that they use as a verification so they can reset or change their password. A parent's pin is based on verification of guardianship of a student. So they are completely different pins. To request either one of those, you would visit our website at www.whitems.net and fill out the appropriate form. If we have questions about our child's schedule or classes, who do we contact?
Questions regarding schedules should be directed to the counseling office. Again, contact the school, 310-783-4900. Any questions regarding schedules, again, should be directed towards the counseling office. Again, I'm Mr. Durango, and I am overseeing the counseling office. So the counselors and myself will be happy to support you with schedule changes.
How will students be graded on PE?
There will be assignments that the PE teachers will be doing through Schoology, and there will be activities through PE. Students are expected to complete the assignments and to participate in those activities when they are taking PE, and those assignments and those assessments will determine their grade. At this time, I'm going to kind of break in. This is Mr. Brown. I know there are a lot of more questions, but we do have some other issues to discuss with this orientation. If there is a mechanism, I believe, Mr. Parr, where the parents can submit their questions on the website. Am I correct?
Yes, and also we will be taking the remaining questions in the Q&A, and we will go ahead and post those responses on our website.
So in an effort to move this orientation along, we don't want anyone to believe that their questions are not important, but we will take them, as Mr. Parr said, and we will get back to you with an answer.
Okay, at this point, we'd like to say thank you for 7th and 8th grade parents. We are going to be transitioning into a portion of the orientation for 6th grade students, talking specifically about 6th grade schedules and expectations. So you are welcome to stick around, but just know that the following information refers mostly to 6th grade. Mr. Brown, whenever you're ready. Sorry, Mr. Durango.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome. And I'd like to give a nice warm welcome to our new students. And if our 7th and 8th graders are still here, happy to have you joining us as well. I'm so used to doing this every year in the auditorium, up on the stage, looking at everybody and sharing in a different experience. But I just want you to know that under this circumstance, I'm happy to welcome you virtually to our school, of which we are very, very proud of. So I'd first like to just share with you briefly the support staff that we have here at Stephen White Middle School. We have a robust staff supporting our students and supporting all of their needs. So one thing we're very proud of is that when our students are here, we are supporting them from all angles. And you can see that by the list of support staff that we have there on your screen. We have 4 counselors, 3 counselors. These are academic counselors. 3 of them are for the academy, and 1 is supporting the STEAM Magnet School. We also have a PSA counselor. So our attendance counselor is supporting our students with attendance needs and ensuring and helping them make sure that they can get to class every day and on time. We also have a psychiatric social worker here who is supporting our students full-time and helping students support them with social emotional needs. We have 5 coordinators ranging from instruction to college and career, fiscal issues. So we are providing a well-rounded group of coordinators to support our students. We also have a librarian, teacher librarian, a full-time dean supporting school safety and discipline using restorative justice strategies. We also have a school psychologist on campus and a school nurse. And again, I'd like to reiterate that all of these support staff are full-time every day for our students. So when we do eventually return to the school, hopefully soon, those services are here at the school provided for the students. But I would also like to reiterate that all of this faculty support here is working full time while we are remote. So all of these services in one way or another are still going to be provided to our students while we're in this remote setting. So again, we're very proud of what we have here to support our students. So sixth graders, wanted you to take a look at what a sixth grade schedule would look like for you. And I'm going to draw your attention down to the bottom first, and then we'll go back and look at the schedule. But the sixth grade schedule is a little different than the seventh and eighth grade schedule. And it's different definitely than your, elementary fourth and fifth grade schedule. So the first bullet there says that you have 3 teachers. So in sixth grade, you will have 3 different teachers here at Stephen White. The next bullet says homeroom daily. So every day you will visit homeroom, you'll get updates from the school, develop a great relationship with that homeroom teacher. It's a brief class of 25 minutes, but during that time, you will receive breakfast in the classroom. So you'll get information regarding school, stuff to send home to parents, but also be provided a breakfast in the classroom. Our passing periods, in between each period, students, you have 6 minutes to make it from one class to the next, make a restroom stop, and get to your next class. So passing periods are 6 minutes. And then finally at the bottom there, PE. Your PE classes are co-ed, both boys and girls participating in the same grade level. So sixth graders will be with boys and girls in the PE class. And it's really important that you dress daily. Once we all come back to the school site, you will see that we have a fantastic PE program here, and our students are all dressed every day. Your teachers, PE, of course, we're in this remote setting, and I know there's a lot of questions surrounding that. Our teachers did a fantastic job in the spring as we left the school site in March in reaching out with our kids. And so once you start communicating with your PE teachers on the 18th, you will get more information about what exactly PE would look like from your home. So let's just go ahead and look back up at the schedule really quickly. As I mentioned, you have 3 teachers. And if you look under the teacher column in the middle, you'll see there's 3 teachers there, Ms. Woods, Mr. Durango, and Mr. Brown. They come at different times during the day, but it's just 3 teachers. If we look on the left column there, periods and classes, you start every day with homeroom. Then you have a block. Your English and social studies are a block. So your 1 and 2 teachers there are with Mr. Durango. Periods 3 and 4 are another block. Math and science are blocked together, and that's with Miss Woods. You have her again, you have her in homeroom, and then you'll see her again, periods 3 and 4 for math and science. Then you'll have a 30-minute lunch. And then in this particular case, you would go off to PE with Mr. Brown. And after changing, you'd move on to period 6 would be your elective class with Mr. Durango again. So as you notice, you have 3 different teachers. They come at different times during the day. They're blocked together at times. But again, it remains 3 different teachers. Okay, next slide. Again, 6th graders, if you're new to our school, and if we have our 7th and 8th graders here, you can attest to this, but we are very proud here at Stephen White to offer a wide range of opportunities for our students. The experience here, we want that to be rich, not only academically, but also with activities and fun things to do. So we want to meet the needs of all the different types of learners that there are, and we're constantly building out programs to ensure that we do that. And the list of programs are here. We have, of course, our STEAM Magnet. We have an SAS, a School for Advanced Studies, which is our honors program. We have a dual language program. We have an AVID program. We also have an after-school program, Beyond the Bell, which allows students to stay after school. And there are athletic activities, academic activities, dance, etc. in the after-school program. We have over 18 clubs on campus. So students, you 6th graders, you come in, take a look at the clubs, find out where your interests are, and you'll have an exciting time making new friends and working with cool people with common interests with yourself. as well as the PTSA and parent committees. We have a wonderful parent center, many opportunities for parents to volunteer and be a part of the school. And again, we're just very proud that we have a lot to offer, not only our students, but parents, all of the stakeholders. And we're happy to have you here and ready to have you be a part of all of this. It's a great segue into our electives, because one of the things that we pride ourselves in, for many years, we've been a very strong academic institution. Our students thrive in all the different programs that I shared with you. But with that, we wanted to have a well-rounded opportunity for our students. We wanted the school to be a place where not only do they have the academic opportunities, but also wonderful elective opportunities. So if you look at the list, it's a wonderful stacked list of electives for students. We have art classes. We have ceramics, where students are making amazing clay projects. We have a mural class where 8th grade students, some of our advanced students, are designing and executing murals on campus. So when we all come back and you guys get a chance to walk around the campus, you'll see murals that have been done over the last few years by some of our great art students. We've got some biomedical electives, which are very scientific. I'm going to segue over to the right side where it says medical detectives. We have this great program where over $400,000 of investment has been gone into this program through grants. And it's a fantastic opportunity for students who have any inclination or desire or interest in the medical field. We also had over $150,000 of grants to our computer program. So we're offering computers, coding, gaming, and programming. Again, a fantastic computer program with a lot of money invested into it. We also have a phenomenal horticulture program. We have a huge garden in the back of the school campus. Students are learning about horticulture, participating in the garden, supporting on weekends. And it's a great opportunity to be outside and really getting your hands dirty, so to speak. We also have leadership class where our students are learning to become leaders and lead our school. And that is for our 8th graders. So 6th graders, once you make your way through our school, you'll get your chance to do that. We have a wonderful music program. We also have a fantastic robotics program that is growing as well. I will mention again, another $400,000 of grant money has been invested into that robotics program. And we've been doing robotics competitions. There's just a lot to do. And then finally, we have a wonderful yearbook program that we've had, of course, for many years. And students have a great experience going around and essentially documenting the entire year for our students. Bottom line is that at Stephen White, we have a number of wonderful opportunities for you to not only grow academically, but also have a really nice, well-rounded experience where you enjoy yourself. So I just want to talk briefly about attendance and what is expected of students, as I am overseeing the attendance office. So what is expected of students? Students and parents, I just want to reiterate to you that there is a ton of research that shows the correlation between student attendance and student success. Those students who are in school on time every day are those students that are, for the most part, being successful. So it's really, really important that we reiterate that our students are here at school on time. That will also go for, that will also relate to, of course, our online format that we are going to be under for the beginning of the year. So parents, please schedule vacations, appointments during non-school hours. Students, you can monitor your attendance by checking in with the attendance office. If you've been absent a few days, but don't know exactly how many days you've missed and are interested in that, you can always check in with the attendance office to ensure that, that you're on track. And of course, know that it's your responsibility now that you're getting into middle school. It's time to ensure that you're in class every day and on time. So the district has its attendance goals. We can see the darker shaded boxes to the left, but really I think we want to draw our attention to the right and focus on the right. Our advanced group, of course, is 100% attendance, no absences. And then we have our proficient group. And ultimately, this is our target goal. Those blue boxes there, 1 to 7 absences or no absences. Of course, I will say we have awards and ceremonies every year, and there are many students lined up receiving awards and certificates for perfect attendance. And so I'm challenging you guys to be part of that group and be part of that proud group of students who get up on that stage in the springtime and receive those awards for perfect attendance. We appreciate you, and we want to see you here at school, whether that be online or here at the school site when that time comes. With that, thank you so much for joining us. I will segue now to Mr. Brown.
Once again, good evening. I'm Stephen White, family, parents, and 6th grade students and any new students that might be coming. And I'm here to talk about behavioral expectations on our campus. And the main thing that I like to say at the beginning of this is at Stephen White, we don't have a lot of problems with behavior. It's one of the better schools from that standpoint. We have a climate where everybody tries to support everybody, but we do want to go over these expectations because we want to make sure that you know what they are. No bullying of any type. Cyberbullying can be an issue. Things that you text or put on the internet or using social media can come back to give you a problem. So be careful about what you text. You may not think it is hurting somebody's feelings, but jokes sometimes can hurt people's feelings. Parents, we ask that you monitor your children with their texting and their internet use so that we won't have that problem. Cell phone policy. Basically, when you're on campus and even in your virtual classes, your cell phones for the most part should be turned off. But if you are expecting some emergency call, you can keep them on vibrate. Phones should not ring. Once again, phones should not ring. And at any time, any adult can confiscate your phone and it be turned into the dean. And the first offense, the student may be able to pick it up, but after that, the parent has to come up to the school and get the phone back. We want to respect each and every adult on campus. It's not about, that's not my teacher, or your job is only this. Any adult on campus asks you to do something, you should do it. If you feel like an adult is being inappropriate to you, tell an administrator, tell a counselor, tell another adult, but we're going to respect all adults on campus. Okay, the next few slides are kind of obvious. No drugs, no weapons are allowed on campus. Anytime you have drugs, inappropriate drugs on campus or weapons on campus, it's a crime. School police will be notified and you could possibly get a citation and or arrest. Parents, please check your belongings, if they're coming to school, check their backpacks every day. Make sure you know what your children are bringing on campus. And when we speak to drugs, if you have prescription drugs, as was stated earlier today, we have a nurse on campus every day. If there's some drug that you have to take because it's a prescription, that should be checked in with the nurse, and the nurse should be there while it's being administered to you. No tagging or vandalism. Be in mind that if you produce tagging, writing in books, desks, walls, your parents are held responsible for that. So parents, make sure your children understand that you have to foot that bill. And we don't allow or don't anticipate having problems like that on our campus. Once again, when we're talking about tagging and vandalism, if it's significant damage, school police can be called, and you could possibly be a citation or even arrest depending on the damage. And you could possibly be transferred out of the school or even expulsion from the district. No fighting on campus. The best policy is keep your hands to yourself. Once again, keep your hands to yourself. This is another situation. If there's serious injury, school police can be called, and there's possible citation and or arrest for a serious injury. So the best thing is keep your hands to yourself. If you are having a problem with someone, tell an adult. Tell an adult. Fighting can lead to suspension or transfer to another school. Make friends, not war. Basically, your success is the sum of small efforts repeated day in and day out. I just like to say one of my mottos is be excellent and achieve. Come to school with the idea of being the best person you can be, both academically and socially. And when you have an opportunity to help someone, help someone. If you see someone that's having a problem, refer that problem to an adult. If you do that, you will have a great time at Stephen White.
And at this time, I'd like to invite any of the panelists, if you'd like to add in any extra words. We have about 6 minutes left.
I'd just like to welcome all the new sixth graders and any other new students. I lovingly say Stephen White is Paradise Island to me. It is a great location, and we are looking forward to having you there. And we're expecting nothing but good things from you and your families as you join the Stephen White family.
I'd like to just thank everybody for taking time out to be with us during our virtual orientation. Do know that we will all, as I said in my opening video, we will all grow and learn together. But the key thing is we will thrive. We will figure this out. We are here to support you, parents, guardians, students. We're definitely all in it to support your learning and your academic success. So we need you to give your best effort. Parents, we need you to be involved more than ever before, because this will be a team effort all around to ensure the success of all of us, and especially our students, because we know as we invest in them, they will be the ones who are investing back into our communities. So again, thank you for joining us, and check our website, check our social media, because everything will be posted. This video will be posted immediately following. There's all types of tutorial. I want to thank Mr. Para publicly to all 500, 700 of you that are here watching, because Mr. Para has been instrumental in getting our website, getting our staff, getting us ready and prepared, future ready, technology ready. And so thank you, Mr. Para, for helping us and making this much easier than we were all ready for.
This is a complete and utter team effort, and I'm just very grateful for the fact that I am able to participate at this wonderful school site. In all my years in the district, I don't think I've ever worked at a greater place. So I do welcome you all, and consider yourselves very lucky. Even during this tumultuous time, you've landed in a very special place, and you will learn that once you interact with our great instructors and staff. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and take the remaining questions that are left on the Q&A, and we will post our answers on our website. But again, we just like to take the moment to thank you all for joining us live. This webinar will be available recorded on our school website, www.whitems.net, as soon as this session ends. So if there are no other comments.
I would like to make one more comment. I want to thank the teachers. We have teachers that are working on packets, working on planning. So, and our counselors ensuring all of our staff in general, every one of our staff members is invested. So I want to thank our Stephen White school community for all you've done for our students.
And finally, I'd like to thank the parents and students for showing up. Again, I don't know if it's only sixth graders or if we have sixth, seventh, and eighth, but I'm happy to have all of you joining us again. I know that as Ms. Woods has said, these are uncertain times, and even after this orientation, all of your questions are not answered. And but I think sharing the sentiment of my colleagues, one thing that you can be assured of is that there is a fantastic team of teachers, administrators, counselors, working very hard, working tirelessly to ensure that your child has the best academic situation considering the circumstances that we are in. And so again, thank you for joining us, and please be confident that your child is in a fantastic place.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us, and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you.